Hey guys, welcome to another Steve's bass guitar lesson. Today we're going to be talking about hand protection. It's very important. Most good bass players use their hands to play. Even amateurs tend to use their hands mostly to play the bass. And so it's important that you protect your hands, left and right hand. Today we're going to talk about the NH5 rule. The NH5 rule is very important. NH5 stands for no high fives. Now, when you greet somebody, you shake their hand. It's cool because you bend your hand around like that. Your fingers curl around and you shake their hand. That's cool. As long as they don't have a strong grip, you're going to be okay. That matches the finger curling that happens when you actually play the bass guitar. When you're plucking the strings, your hand curls like that. But when you high five somebody, it's a very popular greeting, especially in the hood and the ghetto. And now it's spread to the mass population. When you high five someone, though, your hand is straight. And as your hand comes up, the two hands meet, it pushes backwards on the hands. And that is a completely unnatural movement for playing the bass guitar. Never do you have your hands extended backwards. In fact, it's quite detrimental to the sinews and the sinuses in the hand when the fingers bend back like that. So that's why all great bass guitarists never high five. Never high five. You may recall John Taylor from Duran Duran, the 80s group. New Romantic group. He used to wear a t-shirt that said no high fives. He wore that on stage quite often. He had a double-breasted version also. No one understood what that was about except for other bass players. Of course, it meant don't come up to me and high five me. Jean-Paul Jones, the famous French bass player from Led Zeppelin, he went one step further. The t-shirt wasn't enough for him because Led Zeppelin fans were very intense people. They would come up to him and just try and high five him all the time after the show, or even jump up on the stage and high five him. He had a bodyguard, Buddy Jim Henderson, and Buddy Jim Henderson used to carry a steel bar around, and if anyone came up to Jean-Paul Jones and tried to high five him, Buddy Jim Henderson would just put that iron bar down into their skull, you know. And fair enough too. I mean, the guy's one of the great bass guitar players of all time. I think he deserves a bit of deserves a bit of protection. So look, all I'm saying to you guys, if you want a long career as a bass player, you just got to avoid the high fiving. Oh, there is also another method. There, some more advanced bass guitar members do the bass guitarist high five, which is basically, instead of using the front of the hands, you high five with the back of the hands. I saw the other day some concert footage with Tony Levin and Guy Pratt, two big session bassists, and they came up to each other. They'd just done sort of like a dueling banjos thing on the bass, and they were just like delirious with happiness at what they'd done, and they just came up to each other and just gave each other big slap hands together, back of the hands together high five. So you can always do the bass guitarist high five, but even that, you've really got to know what you're doing there, because if someone's wearing a ring, you could end up scratching yourself, getting an infection with superbugs these days. You could lose a finger or something, which is probably even worse than high-fiving the wrong way and bending the fingers back. So just be careful. If you're going to do the bassist high-five, make sure no one's wearing a ring. Anyway, that's hand protection for today. We'll be doing a bit more hand protection in upcoming lessons. In the meantime, stay cool, guys.